This is Ryan for PayPal, and today we're going to talk about integrating Payflow with osCommerce. But before we begin, bear with me a bit while I give an overview of the offerings and get us set up before we actually get our hands dirty. Okay, PayPal now offers some great products: PayPal Payflow Link and PayPal Payments Advance, to make it even easier for you to build checkouts for merchants on their own website. It's two products, but they only differ in whether you will use PayPal for your merchant account or instead integrate an existing merchant account from a bank. Beyond that, both products look identical, and more importantly, for our purpose today as developers, the technical integration is the same. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Let's talk a few prerequisites. We're not going to cover them in detail today, but you're going to need a PayPal Payflow Link or PayPal Payments Advance account, which you'll use to configure the osCommerce Payflow module. You can get this at registration.paypal.com. If you want to run transactions in test mode, which is strongly advised, and it's what we'll be doing here, you'll also need a PayPal Sandbox account, which you can get at developer.paypal.com. And you're also going to need to make sure that the osCommerce module you download to install matches the version of your store. To check this, log into your store admin, go to Tools, and then Version Checker. You'll want to confirm this sooner rather than later, because as of this recording, only version 2.3 is supported. Okay, and remember at the beginning of the video I said bear with me? Well, one more thing, a disclaimer. This is a tutorial. It's provided as is, without warranties or conditions of any kind, either express or implied. You're the developer. You're responsible for your own code. Okay, without further ado, let's get into this. To begin, you're going to want to back up your osCommerce install. You can, of course, only back up the files you're about to overwrite, but it's probably best to take the opportunity to back up your entire directory. Next, download the module. And the best place to do that is at x.com, specifically x.com/developers/paypal/documentation-tools/SDK. If you didn't get that, don't worry, I'll provide a list of important links at the end of this video. Okay, so next, you'll want to open the folder and read the document titled installing.html. It's a handy reference that might provide some clarification you won't get in this tutorial. It's short and might save you some future headaches. And this is important. If you've done any PHP customization to your osCommerce install, you'll absolutely want to confirm that what you'll be uploading does not overwrite those files. If you've made tweaks, you'll need to perform a manual merge. Again, consult installing.html to determine the exact files you'd be overwriting. Okay, now obviously, perform the upload to the respective folders. Next, let's quickly walk through the very basics of the hosted checkout pages at manager.paypal.com. First, if you're not already in test mode, enable it. And if you don't see an option for live, it's because you're on a free developer trial of Payflow Link, and you'll eventually need to sign up for a paid account to process actual transactions. Next, you're probably going to want to enter an error URL to direct the user to someplace gentle and explain to them that something's gone wrong. In the future, this will likely be handled differently, but for now, it's best to have a place that offers an alternative way for your customers to place an order should there be an error. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to leave it blank. Okay, next you're going to need to enter the primary PayPal account associated with your business. This is where the funds will be received when you flick the switch to go live. Next, for test mode, you're going to want to add a Sandbox email. Again, you can find that at developer.paypal.com. Okay, now once a customer completes a transaction, PayPal can redirect them to your confirmation page. So let's add the URL. Check installing.html for more information. And for this return method, I prefer post, as it'll redirect the page automatically, creating a more seamless transaction. And last, but most importantly, enable the secure token. This will make your application far more secure. Great. Now save your changes. Next, click on Customize and choose Layout C, as we'll be embedding the payout widget into our application, and it's currently the only supported layout for this osCommerce module. You could do some slight customizations here to font and button color if you wish. We'll just leave it default. Save and publish, and we're done. Great. So now let's log into our store admin and activate the module. Click Modules, Payment, and Install Module. Next, scroll through this list and find PayPal Payflow. Click it, now select Install Module, and it's done. Okay, now let's edit the details. You can find out more about these config variables in installing.html. For now, we'll want to enable Payflow, add our login credentials that we created at manager.paypal.com, use the Sandbox server for testing, and let's select sale as the transaction method. And boom, that's pretty much it. Let's go check it out. So I go to my store, find something to buy, add it to my cart, looks good, check out, delivery looks good, payment looks good, and boom, there's our embedded module. Now keep in mind we're in test mode, so you'll only be able to use a handful of credit card numbers for testing. You can find them on pages 69 and 79 of the Payflow Gateway Developer's Guide. And that's it. Hey, thanks tons for your time, and check back soon for more video tutorials.